Hey everyone, welcome. My name's Untogether. Welcome to another one of our Geoguessr challenges, where I try and guess my way around the world. We try and do it with less idiocy than normal, although for me that frankly doesn't say much. So yeah, we will try. 40-mile-an-hour limit, double yellows painted in the road. Looking at the vehicles that were back there, I think we are somewhere in the US. That is going to be my initial guess, but as we know, the United States is a pretty darn big place. That is, my friend, worthy of a photo. I will not disagree with you there. You could shoot this way as well and pick up that. That's all I'm going to say to you now. Nothing there. Commercial vehicle doesn't tell us anything. No use at all. I'm wondering. No, see the plates are always eked right out. Is there anything else on there that we can see? Not particularly that's useful, I don't think. They're having a fish. Well, they're doing some fishing. They're not having. They might be having a fish as well, but they're certainly doing some fishing. Let's continue up the road a ways, and we will see. Is this big enough to be a Great Lake? Do you know, I've never seen the Great Lakes. I don't know how big they are. That looks big, but I don't know if that's a Great Lake. I don't know if it's that big. I guess we'll find out. Still got our 40 marker. Certainly in the US and not in Canada there's a US flag. Tiny, tiny, but it's all the way over there. It's nice and easy to see. However, oh, sign. Just the road names doesn't help us. Netarts Bay Road. That really doesn't help us. Oop, don't. Right. So it's somewhere they have dogs. As we saw there. That's going to help us out, I'm sure. Somebody, yeah, wave to you as well, fella. How are you? And can't pick up anything from the plates. We can't cheat that easily. We're not interested in doing that anyway. We want to narrow stuff down. Hunch. I often end up, if we go through and I don't find anything that really helps us out, I often wind up following a hunch. My hunch for this, before we get to that sign, just in case it gives anything away, my hunch is Colorado. If we don't find anything that narrows it down further than that, we will go somewhere in Colorado. Don't ask me why, don't know. I assume that's supposed to be 3 Capes Scenic Route. What does the sign over here say? Let's get past him. Tillamook Netarts Oceanside State Wayside. None of those things help us in any way, shape or form, which is not a fantastic assistance. Sign over here. Can we get closer into this? Can we see anything on here? Regulations for something. See, this here doesn't look English. Something in toilets, litter cans, accessible something. Nothing on there really to help. Which obviously is not what we wanted. Speed we can go up to 45 now, which is good. So let's do 45. It's probably an awful lot quicker than 45. The speed we're going there almost certainly is. Another one of these. Pretty much the same signs that we just had, but regulations for clamming. Now, what on earth is that writing on the right hand side? It's in a number of languages, obviously. It's the regulations for clamming in a number of languages. And the languages they choose might give us some assistance as to where we are. So we've got English and Spanish, which you would expect. But what are these two? Wow. What on earth is that picture of? It almost looks pretty rude. It's like a woman there. Hair and then front parts and leg. Okay, mind that. Let's not dwell on that. Don't. Up. Stop messing me about, Chrome. There we go. Play nicely. Okay. We've seen odd things. It's the Adopt a Road program. Looks like Cape Lookout Bed and Breakfast on that sign. I don't think we're going to get anywhere further, not without spending an awful lot of time. So Colorado was my initial hint, guess, thought. So why don't we go for the body of water here in the Gunnison National Forest? Why don't we go for that, and let's see how far or close or otherwise we were. A long way away, all the way out. Oh, there's Tillamook in Portland, which is Oregon. Wow, all the way out on the coast. So, oh, I see. So that was actually the sea. So we were seeing that it wasn't a lake; it was this island that we could see, or this, whatever the heck they're called, the long stretch of lands that stick out, them things. So it was that. And that's where we started. So yeah, okay. Well, Netarts and Tillamook Bay. So right country, yeah, fine. Not that difficult to discern. 1578 away for 2030 points isn't amazing. Because what I like to think, and thanks for this one, Geoguessr, as well, long road in the middle of nowhere, and this is great. What I like to think is if you can get, well, Geoguessr randomly drops you, if you can get 10,000 points on 5 goes, you're not doing too badly. Less than that, you probably really managed to mess it up somewhere along the line. So we are on a target of 2030 from the first go. However, it doesn't give us much room for error for our next 4, and unfortunately an error is probably what we're going to get in this one, because this is absolutely a straight road full of nothing. Hunch. What are my initial hunch thoughts? Australia. Simply because the kind of foliage that you're seeing, this ridiculously straight long road of nothing. It doesn't have the yellows down the centre of the road, which I would expect to see in the US, which would be another place where I might see a road like this. But I've been done on stuff like this before. I thought it might have been Australia. It turns out this was somewhere in Canada. It turns out this was somewhere in South Africa. Sometimes even things like this turn out to be somewhere in Brazil. And you just, you know, without any kind of assistance. How far have we travelled now? Clicking up here, 3-4 miles, and absolutely nothing at all. And how far are these huge pylons apart? Probably some fair distance, probably a good half mile, maybe a bit more. So there's our first kind of sign of life, is that thing, and that doesn't tell us anything. Wow. This could really be one where we click for 3 or 4 minutes and we don't see anything. Here's a vehicle. Wow, and he was gone. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. So that's not going to give us any help at all. Nope, no help there. That could be from anywhere. Is that a donkey? A couple of wild horses. Or wild donkeys maybe. Just hanging at the side of the road. Okay. Wow. There's a road sign here. If it's no, I was hoping that was going to say something. It might have given me a language. Here's a sign. Rivillo Health Centre. This way. Okay. Doesn't help me. What does this say? Rivello, of course. 2 miles, I think that was. What's the road number there? R372. That may assist us. Let's see if we can't get to Rivello. And we'll see if there's any clues in there. Can't, it's only a couple of miles away. Let's go. Okay, 2 miles seems to actually take quite a long time to click through. Up there. Come on. Ooh. Town and Rivello. See, that doesn't particularly sound Australian to me. Let's have a look in at South Africa and let's see how the roads are numbered. See, the roads are numbered with the R, you see. Look at R58. So I think we're somewhere in South Africa. There's the R369, but the R372, that's realistically what we're nosing for. If I come out that far, you can't see the designated numbers, which is going to make it very difficult. So let's just have a quick spin and let's see if we can find that road. We're going to have a pretty darn good chance of finding where we are. But obviously South Africa is a darn big place. It covers an awful lot of area, and we're probably not going to manage it. But we do know we're in South Africa, at least. So let's pick an area where we think we are. Okay, let's just try and come out. Let's go central. I think we're inland quite a way just from the look of this. We won't get to Rivello. I don't think it's going to assist us even if we do, because the states or whatever, I'm not really going to know. So let's make a guess here and let's see how far either way we are. Actually not too bad, 121, 3,000 points. There's Rivello there. So there's the R372. So yeah, if we did, well, a tiny town in Rivello, so realistically it was just that straight bit of road with nothing on it. So to find that in our map would have been a big ask. Let's put it that way. But hey, 121.08, 3,000 points, not too bad. 5,000 after 2 goes. So hopefully this time this won't just be a road in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Now where's that house from? Who built that house? There's no mailbox at the front, so perhaps it's not an an American house. Let's cut the road a bit. Let's have a look at the cars. Mr. Car here looks distinctly European. Certainly doesn't look American, so I think for once we are not in the US or Canada. Anything on that commercial vehicle that's going to help? Somebody trailers. What about the little sign that's up here? Come on. No. Wow. Something community alert area. Okay, I'll admit to confusion now, because I'm not sure where the heck this is. Yield. Perhaps we're in Canada. Perhaps we're up in Canada. But again, perhaps we're not, because that splash of blue on that plate, these vehicles aren't North American vehicles, these are European vehicles. The splash of blue that you can just make out on that number plate there tells me that car was registered in the EU, because the EU, not only do they want to straighten our bananas and all the rest of it, they put stuff on the plates. Now these flags, don't recognise those at all. Do not recognise that flag even remotely, so thanks for that. And we found sometimes going through here that there are some odd choices made by countries. In their road signs they use English signs, even though, well, they'll often be dual This really looks like English countryside. Oh my goodness, and look at this sign, site safety notice. Where are we? Oh, where the heck are we? See, I see these are all over England, right? So whoever makes these signs makes the same signs wherever this is and sells them. This does really look like the English countryside. It really does. But nowhere, I don't think, anywhere in this country will you find a sign on it that says yield. And you won't find people who put flags out at the front of their house. Republic of Ireland, maybe? The Republic have yield on their road signs as opposed to stop. Oh man. Okay, confused, confused, and more confused. What does that sign say? D&G Michael Thornton for sale. There's an O'Grady. Now, we could be... I could, you know, go O'Grady and go Republic of Ireland. Because, like I say, this countryside, I could step out of my front door and be in amongst this in, you know, under a minute. It really has that North European look. Well, don't go away from his car. You're not, ugh. He was going to come up to us, he might have given us a clue with something, but he did not. So there's a slightly larger settlement over there. So let's see if we can't get anywhere closer to that, perhaps. So we'll just spot up this little road. Road sign, perfect. Place name will assist me. Place names will assist me. Mallow, Kilkenny, Rathmore. Okay. Pretty much. If I think for the first time ever, we're going to be somewhere in the Republic, in Ireland. That really threw me for a while. So, where would we say? Rathmore, Mallow, Kilkenny. Let's Kilkenny, if that's Killer. That's Killarney, isn't it? It's not Kilkenny. It's Killarney. So let's just have a quick nose and see if we can spy any of these places at this level of zoom. So I'm not sure which area of Ireland we're in. If you see any of these, shout out. So there's Killarney. I wonder if that's supposed to be Killarney. That just hasn't come out very well. Let's drop in a bit here. Mallow and Rathmore are what we're still looking for here. Sneem. What a great place name that is. Dingle. It's a funny name. So we're becoming a bit more. Doesn't give us a road name or anything where we are, does it? Okay, so Rathmore try again. Rathmore must be where we're going. Where'd that whacking great sign go? There's one here that's reversed, but it wasn't that. Okay. So clearly that's a map of Ireland, and we've got highlighted down here this red part down in this bottom corner. So perhaps then we're in County Cork, although I don't see any of the names. But do you know what? There's Mallow. Did we not see Mallow? I thought we saw Mallow. We're 40 miles from Mallow, aren't we? So we're somewhere around here. Again, trying to find it without it's Blarney. You can go and kiss the Blarney Stone. And there's Donnybrook, which is another word for a fight. So north of Mallow. Mallow was 40 away. It's going to be up here somewhere. Kilmallock. Excuse me, Kilmallock. Do we think that's where that sign was supposed to be pointing to? Who's to say? Don't know. Anyway, I could zoom into this map and I could look around here all the time. We know we're somewhere in here. We know we're 40 miles from Mallow, which isn't massively far. We go north-south. What do we think? I'm going to go south. I'm going to go here. We'll drop a mark here. We'll see how far away we are. It's great to be in Ireland for the first time, or the Republic for the very first time. Let's have a look. 41 kilometres away over this way we were to the west. So where's the place that was near? Oh, there's Rathmore, just down here. So there was Rathmore. There was Mallow. Killarney it was. It was pointing towards Killarney. Excellent. 4,238 points gives us 9,329 after 3 goes. We're going to come back to the States immediately, is what I'm going to say, for our next guess. Can I see the sign here? No, because it's going to be hidden by a thing. Greenwalt and Sons for lease build suit. 231 something or another. Okay, not massive help, but at least we have some houses up here. Again, looking at the road, yellow markings down the centre of the road. All these yield again. Everybody loves their yield signs today. We might have an episode title in there at least. Novacare Rehabilitation. Water Tower Circle. Why don't anybody ever put what state they're in? I suppose they know what state they're in, but that's not the point. I don't know what state they're in. Tell me what bloody state you're in. Advanced Urologic Surgeons. We'll go there if we can avoid it. So we have to. MD. Oh, medical doctor, isn't it? I was thinking MD could be a state name. Yep, that was particularly stupid on my part. Like somebody I know. They were looking at a package and they said, oh, this is from somebody called Dr. Congo, and it turned out to be the Democratic Republic of Congo. Boy, did we laugh. Still lots of doctors all in the same place. Diagnostics of Illinois, that was what we wanted. Illinois in here. This is Chicago and many other places, but Chicago is the main place, the state capital. So whereabouts are we? Let's come out a bit here. In Illinois. In Illinois. Church of Christ. There's a Casey's. Never been in one of them. There's a bunch of doctors. So which way do we go to try and narrow down Illinois? Let's go this way because there seems to be a few more bits and bobs. But the amount of doctors and everything else there are out here, it must be a reasonably big residential area around, you would have thought. Say somewhere. See, I wonder if that's the name of the place. Cusimano Professional Plaza. I'm going to guess it probably is. And there are many. 42nd Street Plaza, it doesn't help me. Hello Illinois citizens, how are you all? Google has stolen your souls forever. King City Square. Okay. So are we in King City? Panda Express. I think their panda is delicious. Big road here. They don't really like road signs, do they? 42nd Street, it doesn't help. Okay, let's come in a little bit. So we saw King City. We saw QO, whatever it was. I'll know it again if I see it. How big's Illinois? It just comes around this bit here, doesn't it? It's not very big at all. No, it's really not very big. In terms of the states, anyway. I mean, it's, you know, big compared to a lot of other places in the world. Come out of Illinois? Not quite, it goes around this odd bit here. Just need to see if I'm on the state line or not. Nothing there, so again, what are we going to do? We're going to have a guess. Because I don't really have a place name. So King City and the other gaff, I can't see them at the level of zoom that I was at. I could look for the streets, but that would take us even longer. So let's have a look. It's going to be a reasonably sized settlement wherever we were because of just the sheer number of doctors and medical centres that there were around. So I'm going to go for champagne because who doesn't enjoy a nice glass of champagne? And let's have a look. 216 away, down in Mount Vernon. Okay, fair enough. We didn't see anything that said Mount Vernon. Not that I could see anyway. So yeah, there was our 42nd Street that we wound up on. Broadway Street, Times Square Mall. They've obviously got a bit of a boner for New York in Mount Vernon for some reason. Don't know why. You should just, you know, celebrate the things that you have, not try and emulate and be somewhere else. There we are. That's my advice to you, Mount Vernon. Take that as you will. But 216 away, 2,761 points, puts us over just over 12,000 after 4 rounds, and it's just as well we've made our 10,000 because we have one of these. Oh my lord! How on earth? So somebody's gone out into their garden. They've taken a photo, they've added it to Geoguessr, or to Google Maps I should say, and there is no way that I can move anywhere apart from just zooming in and out of the confines of this to try and establish where we are. So what have we got to look at here? Wooden architecture for outbuildings, that doesn't help us. The foliage, even the label's gone off that bottle, I can't even see what that said. Foliage looks kind of North European, or sort of along this line of latitude here, that sort of temperate zone. Wow. I mean, again, the style of the windows and everything else that I couldn't discern. I'm going to say it looks more European than American. I don't know why. I just think it does. It doesn't look English. It doesn't look like England to me. There's something over there, but I can't really discern. There might have been telegraph poles or something, but I can't really discern what they are. Okay. Hunch. It's always about your hunches, particularly when you're stuck like this. We've got a red roof over there. And a lot of use of redwood. I think we're in Europe. People who love all that redwood and that sort of stuff are the Swedes. I think we're quite southerly because of the green. I want to go southern Sweden because of just the various things that I mentioned. It looks more European than American. It looks like we're in a northern European kind of temperate climate. That red roof there, and knowing how much the Swedes enjoy making big red houses. Wow, could have been further away. Yeah. Is that latitude or longitude? I can never remember. We got this parallel about right. in terms of the foliage and that sort of stuff that was there. But somebody in a garden in Polevskoy, thanks very much for that. Kind of threw us well out there, but hey, what else are you going to do? Still, over 2,000 points for that guess. It's not too bad. Not too bad going at all. And so what that gives us for our final total for this one is 14,112. And given that we were quite a way away, we didn't actually nail anything on today. We were quite a way away for a couple of those. That's not a bad score. That's not a bad score at all. The South African part could have really caught us out more times. If I thought South Africa was Australia, or I thought Canada was Australia, and so on, and just wound up massively far away. Illinois didn't do too badly with. First ever visit to the Republic of Ireland on there was pretty good. So, hope you enjoyed that one, folks. See if you can do better than me. It shouldn't be that difficult, let's be honest. So, click like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, because there will always be more Geoguessr. And I will see all of you guys for the next time.